Black Clover Chapter 369 is finally here, and with it, the final stand against Julius. This is the first Black Clover chapter we've gotten since the manga began serialization with Jump Giga instead of Shonen Jump, turning it from a weekly release to a monthly. But without any further ado, here we go. The first thing I think I should point out is the cover page of Jump Giga. It centers around Asta, smiling deviously at the reader and unsheathing his anti-magic version of Captain Yami's katana. Asta is like he's really happy with his move. This chapter starts off with a colored panel showing Yuno in his full King Boreas form and a partially transformed Asta going up against clones of Julius. With smiles on their faces, they yell defiantly at Julius, claiming that they're gonna defeat him and become the Wizard King. They rush the Wizard King, stating that it's a 2-on-2 while each of them go for a different clone. To which Julius replies saying, nah, it's a 4-on-2. And what was seemingly a fair fight quickly takes a page out of JJK. Asta and Yuno don't seem too fazed by this though. So just to make them remember exactly who they're dealing with, Julius begins to remind them exactly why they should be very, very afraid. Besides the fact that he has 3 archangels and several dozen regular angels scattered across the Clover Kingdom, he also has 11 of his personal clones. His overwhelming advantage has not changed. All of this means nothing to Asta. That or he wasn't really listening, as he stares down the most powerful wizard on the continent with a smile on his face. We cut back in time a bit to the Black Bulls, who just received their new anti-magic upgrades. We could actually spend hours talking about how impossible it should be, the cult magic and reverse magic, but we're not going to do that today. The Bulls are introduced by Asta to Ichika, Captain Yami's sister. After their initial shock over her apparent cuteness, a nauseous comment on her being an interesting addition, the Black Bulls get down to work. Ichika explains that Asta is simply sharing his anti-magic. Combining that with their innate magical abilities, they should be able to artificially use anti-magic. But there's a catch. Every member of the team has a limited amount of anti-magic, and the more spells they use, the more anti-magic they consume, meaning they can only pull off 1 or 2 big spells. Once again, 369 chapters of plot ruined by a simple explanation, but we're not going to talk about it. Anyways, Asta likens this new sharing of power to being magical companions, to which all the Black Bulls visibly cringe. We jump back to the main battle, and Luck, seemingly ignoring the instructions just given to him, uses his ultimate Black Thunder spell, Swift Black Thunder Demon, tearing through the Clover Kingdom like a man possessed and splits an angel clean in half. No problem. If we defeat them all before using it all up, all good. Luck then proceeds to powerbomb another angel through the floor. Luck was always a pretty cracked character as it is, so lacing his lightning and anti-magic has made him absolutely OP. And I'm not the only one who thinks that, as Julius feels the presence of quite a few angels disappear in the wake of Luck's destruction. Julius comments on Luck's abilities, saying that he might be a bit of trouble, but he's cut off by another threat. A flaming anti-magic sphere is hurled at the Wizard King, and Big Man is absolutely shook.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Magna flies harmlessly past Julius, but he has a trick up his sleeve, reminding the Wizard King not to let his guard down, because the whole point of anti-magic is tracking normal magic. He summons the spirit of Mordecai Three-Finger Brown and rips up a curveball so devious it would make every professional baseball catcher in the country wish they just stuck with accounting. And if that wasn't enough, it phases through Julius's magical defense and strikes not just the Wizard King, but Luck's down angel as well. But it isn't just some ordinary fireball. With these hits, Magna pulls up a move we haven't seen in over 70 chapters, not since he used it to defeat the demon Dante. But once again, there's a twist. With Luck as his partner, Magna unveils his new ultimate moves, Reverse Fire Magic Soul Chain Deathmatch, and this fight quickly turns into a 2v2. I'm sorry, did I say 2v2? Because if you thought the jumping was over, you're dead wrong. Magna and Luck one-shot the angel and face off against Julius, splitting his enormous magic power into 3 parts. It's a 2v1. The pair rush their lone foe, with Magna yelling out that all he has to do is beat him up. And if you've been a long time fan of the manga, you would know that not only does he throw curveballs like Babe Ruth, he also throws hands like Mike Tyson. Magna throws punch after punch after punch, but Julius, like a hairdresser on steroids, weaves them all. See what I did there? Weaves. Luck quickly attacks Julius with a lightning-imbued overhead kick, and Magna isn't too far behind, launching another fireball at the Wizard King, which eats away at his arm and severely slows down his regeneration. Julius, quickly realizing that his only survival is in the war of attrition, starts dodging with every ounce of his being. But our duo aren't stupid either. With both of them already down to half their reserves, they quickly realize that they cannot beat Julius with half and half. So they decide to give it their all. Magna and Luck pull together their remaining anti-magic power into one final attack. Black Thunderfire, demolishing explosion cannon. A giant sphere of fire and lightning erupt from their hands, reducing the Julius clone to ash. Asta stands triumphantly in front of the remaining Julius clones and asks them who exactly is ahead of the game, as our triumphant duo share a smile of victory.